And Jackie had set it up that any of y'all can share your screen. So I've got a few things. Of course, I'll be sharing at different times. I'll share anything you want me to. But again, if for any reason I get bounced out, everyone has the ability to share their screen. So y'all can just take over and keep going.
Now it's super quiet. Now that Will said he's recording.
Well, I'll just inject that we have had a lot of people in my community this week for Epsilon Sigma Phi. So most of them are either already gone to the airport or en route to their back home. So we do pray for their safe return because it's gotten very windy and rainy and bad weather. So just to know that as we begin this meeting a little bit later, a few minutes, that some people have already indicated either weather delays or plane delays. So we told them to join us if they could, and we understood if they couldn't.
And the other thing about that, Jackie, I know in our area, we've been having really high winds that have been affecting our electricity. So I am crossing my fingers that everything goes well and that I don't get kicked off, because we lose power when you whisper. So yeah.
So I was supposed to be at ESP, but my flight issues on Monday prevented me from going. And so I hope they all make it back because I didn't get to go, but I got to watch it virtually. It was very well done and super fun. And I can't wait for next week too.
Even though I was here in my own home county with tasks that I had to do in conjunction with Epsilon Sigma Phi and with my committee work here, I attended virtually as well. And part of that was also to make sure and see how the virtual was going. And I thought it did come out very well. We didn't have any glitches or didn't lose anything. So we were very thankful for that.
And if I might, before we get started, and I can mention it again later, or one of the folks who's going to be talking can mention it later. All of you, obviously next week is annual session. An email went out this morning. You should have received it that explained, it gave you a hub to log into and explain that we have a playbook this year that'll be released tomorrow. That playbook's going to have all the Zoom information in it. So between our program book, which is like our normal, we always do a program book, in person or not. So we have that, but in addition, we will have the playbook, which will only contain the Zoom links for everything. So it's all going to be in there. You'll have a Zoom link, you'll have a meeting ID, you'll have a password if there is one. There'll be call-in phone numbers as well, because we do understand that sometimes when you whisper, your internet may drop off as well. So that being the case, we want to make sure everybody can be in for everything that they can. So I know people have had questions like that, and since most of you are first timers that are with us right now on the call, I wanted y'all to know that, since it's a little bit different for everybody. So you don't know that necessarily it's different than it was last year, but it is a little bit different. And certainly if you have questions, you can always reach out to us so that we can help you. But yeah, you should have gotten that email this morning. If you didn't, I'm going to put the email address over here in the chat. It's just membership@neafcs.org. If for any reason you didn't get that email, please email us and let us know, hey, I didn't get my registrant email, and I'll be happy to re-forward that to you.
Will, what do our numbers look like?
We broke 700 today. We are at, I think, 702 as of just a little bit ago. Yeah, so we've got, I mean, it's not as many as we had last year, but it is a very good amount of folks. We'll hopefully have lots of good networking, conversation between everybody. So yeah, absolutely. And for any of you wondering, this is being recorded. It'll be available shortly after annual session is finished. Everything will be available. So if you have to leave or if you get knocked off, please know that you can certainly catch the rest of this. I will actually try and get it up maybe on Monday, since this is technically before annual session starts. So that way you can catch up if you'd like to. But otherwise, Jackie, I think we're headed right up to, I've got 1 minute to 2.
Good afternoon and welcome to our first timer orientation meeting for first time attendees to the NEAFCS National Conference. This is brought to you by the Membership and Life Member Committee, and we are delighted to have all of you with us today. I'm Jackie Ogden and serving as chair of this group with a number of other extension professionals that are NEAFCS members this year. And we are also delighted that you have joined us to hear more about your organization, NEAFCS, that has many valuable services that you will want to take advantage of throughout the year. And we've tried to plan the agenda today to give you a preparation for the upcoming conference. But if we were meeting in person, this would have been a luncheon event. So hopefully you have your favorite beverage of suitable beverage for office consumption at your side, and we can toast and get ready. Unfortunately, we could not meet in person this year, but great things are yet to come for the future year as we move on to 2022. But this is going to be an exciting time for us to gather, and you will be hearing from people that really are contributing to your association of NEAFCS. If we were in person, we would have been in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And it would have been an opportunity for us to hear from the triazons, who are 3 individuals that are members that really give help and direction to the festivities and the convention conference that is planned in their home state. So this afternoon, we will ask Georgiana Perry and the team to bring us an official welcome to Grand Rapids, Michigan, and give us a flavor a little bit of what would be happening. And then I encourage you all to be at the general opening session, when you will get another opportunity to even hear more great things about Grand Rapids. Gianna, if you will open us up and start us off. Thank you.
Hi, thank you, Jackie. So yes, I want to welcome all of you. I'm really excited. Actually, I was thinking back to my first time going to a national conference, which is surprisingly 7 years ago now. So needless to say, we all had wished that we could meet in person, but we have worked hard to make the best of this, and I'm sure that you are going to be able to gain and learn a lot, and still be able to interact with each other through this virtual conference that will be starting next week. So we will have a couple of videos for you highlighting Grand Rapids. And also one of the nice things is since we're meeting virtually now, we were able to include just other regions of Michigan. So it's not just limited to Grand Rapids. So I want to thank you all for giving me the opportunity to welcome you. And I just wanted to share that this past year has actually been a really good experience and an eye-opener for me, being a part of the board and planning for this conference. Oh, goodness gracious, I'm sorry. I forgot Courtney and Terry were not able to join today, but the 3 of us have worked really well together, and we definitely couldn't have done it without the rest of our team members. Everyone just pulled together to plan the best conference for you. So one of the things I just wanted to share with attending the conferences, it truly is an opportunity for you to see what is being done, all of the great work throughout the throughout all of the other states. I've been able to utilize some of the other programs that have been presented by other states, and it's just a great opportunity to learn, to collaborate, not just with your own team members, but being able to spread out and see what's being done throughout all of the other areas. So that's all I had planned. I don't know, Jackie, if you wanted me to share anything else.
I think you have given us a good snapshot. I will ask the question. You all have been working on this for quite some time, correct?
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. I think this started like 3 years ago. It's a rather lengthy process. But I do want to say that it's been a good experience overall. Even with all of the changes that we've had to make in the last minute, changing it from in-person to virtual, when and if your state gets the opportunity to host, I highly encourage you to be a part of that planning committee. That also will bring new experiences. And it I really feel like these last couple of years, because we've been having to work so closely, I've even gotten to know my coworkers better and just feel like we have a more sense of a unity having gone through this planning experience.
Thanks so much for sharing. And that's one of the great reasons we wanted to lead off with not only a state welcome from our host convention site location, but also to share with all of you that are new members. This is an opportunity for you to learn as you go through this afternoon of other ways that you can be involved in NEAFCS to serve at the local and at the regional and at the national level. And thank you again. And please thank Courtney and Terry for all of their hard work on the behalf of all of us. Next, we will be joined by the person that really has led our organization into great things during 2021 and has also helped to make the transition of going from a in-person back to a virtual, and then has led us through another portion of the COVID-19 and the pandemic. And that is our own NEAFCS president and leader, and that is Diane Gorkson. Diane, we thank you on behalf of our working committee for putting this together this afternoon, as well as our colleagues for your great leadership during 2021. Diane, this is an opportunity for an official greeting from your NEAFCS president.
Thank you, Jackie, and thank you for those very kind words. And I would like to welcome all of you on behalf of the NEAFCS board to the 2021 virtual annual session. We had so hoped to be meeting in person in Grand Rapids. And if you were on just a few minutes before, you heard Will say that we're now over 700 registered. So that's great. And it's great to have so many first-time attendees. I see there are 66 participants on. Next week, I hope that each of you have an amazing professional development experience and take advantage of the networking opportunities. A couple of people that I would like to introduce to you. So if I call your name, you can put your camera on and wave. We have Susan Ruth, our president-elect, joining us today, and Michelle Wright, our vice president for member resources, and you'll be hearing from both of those a little bit later. You just heard from Georgina Perry, who is one of our tri-liaisons from the great state of Michigan. And then we have Rick Griffiths, who is our Western Region Director on as well. And then two very special people, Will Ferguson and Danielle Jessup. They are instrumental in keeping us in line and getting us where we need to go. They both work in the national office. My advice to you is to be brave. And what I mean by being brave is to take every opportunity to be involved in NEAFCS, no matter how daunting it may seem. How did I become involved? During my very first annual session, Wendy Green, who is now a retired Texas agent and is enjoying life in Florida, said to me, "Come with me to this meeting." I attended the awards and recognition training committee meeting and thus started my national involvement. And look at where it has led me. Dr. Seuss has said, "You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know, and you are the guy or gal who'll decide where to go." So just keep that in mind as you plot your NEAFCS journey. Now, I know that each of us has to find our level of comfort with being involved, and it may be serving at the local level, the affiliate level, on a committee, or as an officer, applying for a national award, serving on a national committee, or ultimately applying to be a national candidate. And I think you'll be hearing a little more about the committees later, but NEAFCS has many committees, and that allows you to choose the one that is the best fit for you and allows your talents to shine. On November 1st, most of our committees will be meeting, so I challenge you to take a look at the schedule and join a committee or two. And I can, without a doubt, tell you that serving on the NEAFCS board has been one of the most rewarding experiences of my extension career. It has given me the opportunity for awesome professional development, growth of leadership skills, but most of all, I have made friends across the United States. And right now I'm sitting here looking at two of my very dear friends, Susan and Michelle. NEAFCS offers tremendous member benefits as well. Professional development with our annual association and webinars, awards and recognition for outstanding program efforts, many of which include annual session scholarships. We offer scholarships to attend the Joint Council of Extension Professionals Extension Leadership Conference and the Public Issues and Leadership Development Conference. And we also offer annual speaker stipends and scholarships. A couple of the great new member benefits include the NEAFCS Leadership Experience and the Endowment Proposal System. So what I'm saying to you is that NEAFCS membership dues provide a big bang for your buck. Each year, the NEAFCS president designates a president's charity. This year, the president's charity is the NEAFCS endowment. By growing our endowment, more investment income will be available to offer grants to our members for innovative projects. What I'm doing is asking each member to donate $21 or more for 2021. Again, this year has thrown some curveballs, so we're meeting virtually instead of face-to-face. Hopefully next year we will be face-to-face in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I hope to see all of you there. So just welcome to our virtual annual session this year.
Thanks, Diane. And President Diane has done a beautiful job and will continue to lead us through as we go through our virtual conference in the coming week. And we thank you for your dedication and your support to be with us today. So Diane's placed the charge to each of you to get involved in your association. So after Diane's year of service, we have another person that will be following, and there's always a president-elect, the president-elect's in waiting. And so Susan is with us today. Susan, would you have a few words to say?
Thank you, Jackie, so much, and welcome. I just want to echo what Diane has said. Welcome to your NEAFCS annual session. It's very exciting to be together, even though we're virtual. I see many faces that I have seen at other annual sessions prior to going virtually. Hi, Kylie. And I just want to say welcome, and we're so excited to see each other, if not in person, virtually. I also want to echo the challenge that Diane has given, is to become involved in your NEAFCS organization. Find a niche as a new member where you can learn and grow next to those members that have been here a while, just as you found that mentor in your state to help you grow yourself as a FCS professional there. Find an NEAFCS professional nationally that can also help you learn and grow as well. And I just want to leave you with a quote that I've put at the bottom of my email chain for now almost a year and a half. This is just as quickly as things can change for the worse, they can change for the better. Never give up hope. And so I hope that you will remember those words as we go through annual session virtually this year. And I am crossing fingers that we will be in Raleigh, North Carolina next year. We're very, very confident of that. And I just want to give a big shout out to our Michigan delegation for planning a virtual conference for us. They had many plans already in place for us to enjoy ourselves there in Grand Rapids during the coming week. And unfortunately, we weren't able to join them. But perhaps in the near future, we'll be able to do that. And also a big shout out to the North Carolina delegation. And if you're part of that team, congratulations for choosing to plan next year's session. And so we look forward to being in person with you next year. Thank you, Jackie, for the opportunity to address this great group.
Thank you, Susan. And now we're going to have one more board member, because she is also very special to all of us. The committee that I'm working with and my committee members have the pleasure of working directly with Michelle Wright. And Michelle is a vice president and another very important link, not only to the board of directors, but to service to each and every member. Michelle.
Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate being here. And I'm so excited to see the great faces that are on with us today. And as your VP of Member Resources, it's a pleasure to serve each and every one of you. But most importantly, I look forward to being able to share with you in just a little bit. So I'm going to go on and pass the torch back to Jackie. We're going to move on, but I will be visiting with you soon.
Thank you, Michelle. Now we have a great opportunity for us all to get to know each other a little bit better. And several of the committee members on our working committee have agreed to be in break rooms with you to get to know you a little bit better. I will share that if we were in person getting ready to have lunch, we would have had a committee member at each table so that we could engage in more one-on-one, not only having lunch, but also getting to know you. But now we've got the next best thing, and that's Zoom breakout rooms. We tried it last year and it worked pretty well. So we're going to do it again this year. And we have some questions that we will ask the table, or rather breakout room hosts, to ask. And if you are in a room that does not have, and I think we have arranged it well, where we probably have a host for every room, but if for some chance it is more folks that do not have a host, I'm going to give you the questions that we are going to suggest that you maybe start talking about, so you get to know each other a little bit better. And these are the questions that our committee members came up with. Of course, we want to know your name, your employer, and your extension work that you're involved in. Maybe something that you might like to share that's unique, that maybe no one would ever know that you identify with, that might be something that's very unique, that you find interesting that others would too. You might want to share your hobbies or interests. Another question is how you balance your work and your extension life to kind of make them all balance in the world that we have with so many things happening. And then maybe ending with telling something that you really enjoy most about your work in cooperative extension. So at this point, Will, thank you for helping to organize our breakout rooms. And so if you will assign us to rooms, that would be fantastic.
I will, but I do have a quick thing. We need you, everyone who's currently here, take a moment, please. And in the chat box, if you will please put your name and your affiliate. That way we can, because we're going to save the chat. And I don't want to steal your thunder, Jackie, but you hadn't mentioned it yet. I want to make sure we grab everybody. We do have a little something. I'll let Jackie tell you what that's going to be, but we will have a little something. So got to be present to win. Got to put your name in the chat box. And while y'all are doing that, Jackie, I'm going to create the breakout rooms and I'm going to start putting people in them. We've got about 65 people on, so I'm going to make 7 different rooms. So that way
Okay.
you guys have enough to, or small enough rooms to talk. And I will do my best to make sure we get somebody in each of those rooms that is one of your
Committee
presenters.
members.
Yeah. So
And
let
I'm
me-
going to mention too, Will, before you continue, is that we would like all first-time members to be sure after your state, if you will put in parentheses the number 1. That way we will know that you're a first-time attendee coming to the conference, because what we have in store is we're going to do some special door prizes at the end of our presentation for all our first-time attendees. So if you would be kind enough to put your name and your state, and if you are attending this session or the conference for the first time, if you will put the number 1 after your state. I think, Will, that might help our other team members to determine who those first time folks are. So with that, Will, I'll give it back to you. And thank you for your input, which is always valuable.
Absolutely. I'm getting everything set up now. Give me just a moment while everybody puts their names in the chat. And then you guys, I will open up the rooms and you will all be assigned to a room.
I'd add, if any of our board members get in a breakout room and you might need to help the conversation, we welcome that as well. So for Diane and Susan, and I know Michelle, you're already on that list.
All right, I'm opening the rooms now, and then I've got a few people left unassigned, so I'll be assigning you manually. So give it just a second and we'll get you in there. Mona, are you going to be one of the, I'm so sorry, are you one of the table? You are, aren't you?
Yes,
She
yes.
Okay.
is.
I'm going to put you in charge of room 1. And then let's see, Jackie, you're doing one of the tables too. Is that correct?
That is
Or no?
correct.
All right,
Yes.
I'm on. Okay, I'm gonna put you in room 2. Let's see, Diane, are you leading one of the tables today? I think you are, or no? No, not you. I'm so sorry. Suzanne DeVos Cole, I'm gonna put you in charge of room 3. And let's see,
And Michelle is
Uh,
another one.
Michelle Wright, she is one of our table people. Okay, sorry, Michelle, you're
And
going in room
Leslie
4.
And Leslie Branch, if you see Leslie.
I don't see her. All right, guys, I'm just trying to make sure I get everybody equaled out into the rooms. Let's see. Katie, are you going into a room? Or are you staying here with us?
I said I could be a room host if you need me.
All right, I'll put you in room 5, okay?
Okay.
Susan, I'm gonna put you in room 6 if that's all right with you. And then we do still have room 7. Diane, did you wanna head up that group?
I didn't write down what we were supposed to do.
It's okay. I'm going to actually broadcast those questions to all of the rooms once
Okay.
everybody is in.
Okay,
So do you mind taking over room 6?
I'll do rooms, whichever one
Actually,
you
room
need me to
7.
do.
Yeah, room 7. That was it.
As
Sorry.
long as you guide me.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead and join room 7 and you'll be the one doing that. And then I'll do the broadcast to everybody. Okay. Hey, Joseph, I think you're the only one I've got left in here. I'm assigning you to room 3. You should get a pop-up that asks you to join. If you would just join into room 3, that should get you all set up. Bethany, I've got you still on here too. Did you get your room assignment request? Hey, Eleanor, I see you just joined. I just put you into room 7. We're going into breakout rooms, right? There you go. All right. Hey, Danielle, I know you're on your, did you want to go into a room?
I'm here. No, I'm okay.
We got everybody but Bethany. Bethany, if you can hear me, can you tell me what's going on? She might have walked away from her desk.
Looks like she's gone.
There she goes. All right. Awesome sauce. So this is going to go on for, I think it's 20 minutes, Danielle. Yep.
Okay. I am here. I will about that time probably be joining from my phone, just so you know.
That's fine. I think everything's going really well. So everything should be completely fine. So if you need to exit at any point, I think we're good. The lights haven't flickered since, knock on wood.
Hey, is this recording in the breakout rooms? No.
Sorry.
Welcome back. Yay.
Well, it looks like we've all are making it back.
Yes, ma'am. It looks like
I
they'll all
told
be
you, Will was great.
Hey, now. Me and breakout rooms don't really get along. If any of y'all have ever had a problem with a breakout room, just know that I feel you deep in my heart. We are kindred spirits and I understand, but I think they worked pretty well today. I'm glad that happened. I'm glad it worked out well.
And hope each and every one of you had a great opportunity to meet some new friends, and that all of you that are attending for the first time will also have met some new colleagues from around the country as well. We're now going to go ahead at this point and continue our agenda, and we will continue to maybe have some time to chat a little bit more if time permits a little bit later. But thanks to our breakout room host, which are committee members that have volunteered, and some of our national board members too. We thank you for your participation. Next, we're going to go on and have an opportunity for each of us to learn more about the Mentoring and Leadership Committee. And Gina Lucas and Kaylee Sullivan are going to talk about what their subcommittee in member resources has been working with. They're one of the, I guess you could say, other member resource committees under Michelle Wright. And so Gina and Kaylee, this is the time for you to share and get us all energized about what you have been working on with the mentoring initiative. Thank you.
Thank you. And I will go ahead and share my screen and cross my fingers and hope the right thing shows up. And so slideshow from beginning. This is where we all hope. Do you see the right thing? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good.
Yes.
Okay. Woohoo. Sometimes it works. And so good afternoon. I am Gina Lucas. I am in Missouri. I'm a county engagement specialist in nutrition and health education. I am also, for a very short time remaining, the current chair of the NEAFCS Mentoring and Leadership Committee. I would like to welcome all of you to the annual session. This is super exciting. I enjoyed our time of getting to know each other a minute ago. It's hard to believe, and I know that I've heard others talking about this. This is a time that you reflect on your first year annual session. And it was just 2 short years ago that I was sitting in Hershey's, Pennsylvania. I didn't know I was 5 pounds short of what I was going to be going home. There was a lot of chocolate in that trip. But I don't know why you decided to join us this year. But for me, I was really just trying to dip my toe in the water. I wanted to stay in the background. I wanted to just observe. I wanted to kind of have some fun. I didn't really anticipate annual session being some life-altering, career-altering experience. I just wanted to build relationships, mostly with those within my own state, and have a bit of fun. Luckily, I achieved all that, but so much more. And so today, Kylie Sullivan, my colleague at MU, and the chair-elect very quickly for the Mentoring and Leadership Committee, wanted to take a little time to challenge each of you to make the very most of this opportunity as well. As this event is virtual rather than in person, you will have to be more intentional in order to interact and get to know one another. You cannot sit back and just let it happen. This is the best way to get to know other people and to benefit from the many opportunities that you are about to encounter. And so this is back by popular demand. I had this last year. This is the chickens. So to start off, I would like to get a feel for who we have in the room today. I have pictures of myself and some of my colleagues here on the screen, and I would ask each of you, and if I can get the annotate function, which does or doesn't sometimes work. There we go. More. There we go. So if you go to your 3 dots at the top, look at that. Alyssa already got it. Go ahead and see if you can put a heart or a check mark or something by who you think you are most days. If you're like me, different days may look differently for you. And so are you that early career, new chick, super excited, wide-eyed? Are you just a little further early career on the run, always going? If somebody asks you how you're doing, do you say busy? Is that your first answer? Are you, this is me in the middle most days? I've gotten a little further. I'm running a little ragged. I'm trying a little too many things at one time. Or have you gotten past that? You found your pace, your breath, and you're that late career mentor that we see with the little baby chicks? Or are you the really lucky one? I don't know if there's a few of us in this room who have gotten past all that, and you are strutting with your little claws in the sand in the beach. Are you that retired chick? And so this gives us, we have a variety of people with us today. But the question then I have is, which one of these chickens needs mentoring? Which one of these career life phases could benefit from having somebody to learn from? Who can benefit from learning more about being a leader? Right? When we first began as the Mentoring and Leadership Committee, this is our first complete year. That was the question we had to ask ourselves. We're here to do mentoring and leadership, but for who? And originally our thought was those people who'd been an extension for 1 to 3 years, 1 to 4 years, and quickly found out that that's not the only people who are needing to learn from one another. It's all of these phases. Every chicken needs another chicken. We all have something we can learn, and we all have something that we can teach. And I think that's kind of what we've learned from one another. So I'm going to see if I can get rid of all of these little check marks, or I just keep them. Who knows? I don't have my floating panel. And so somebody else does, they're welcome to to make those go away. But joining a committee has got to be one of the easiest ways to dip your toe in the water, to be part of the many teams that NEAFCS are built on. It's the successful part of the organization. Of course, we would love to have you join us if you're passionate about mentoring and leadership, but there are so many options. There are committees that have diversity, program development, webinars, advocacy, public affairs, awards and recognition. The list goes on. And so you would just log into the NEAFCS website. As you see there, you sign into your account, you go to member resources and you select join a committee. It is that simple. And so for many people, the first committee meetings are going to be on Monday. You will find that out. But we would encourage you to join a committee or 2 or 3, depending on how much time you have, as soon as this first timer session is over. And so I will go ahead now and hand this over to Kylie as I try to figure out how to get all the pretty hearts off of the screen.
Thanks, Gina. Yeah, so as you saw there, our meeting happens to be at 11 Eastern time on Monday. So we'd love to join you, or love for you to join us. So the leadership experience is the main kind of task assigned to this committee so far. The leadership experience is in the first year, as Gina said, of its inaugural class. And we kind of broke it down this way. So you'll see 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. So the first step people need to learn is to lead kind of within themselves, their own personal growth, right? And then as extension agents or specialists, or however your title identifies you, we are leaders in our community. And then leading within extension, leading as our specific FCS related job duties or category. And then finally leading within our great association, NEAFCS. So we had the first part of our leadership experience was professional development days for our mentees. So that's a fun screen grab that we did not know was happening of some of the mentees. We did professional development on a variety of topics those first few days. The first one was on our own personal development, the second one on our communities, third extension, fourth NEAFCS. So it's multifaceted. The first part is mentees coming together and learning as a group, and then we've now been paired with our mentors. A few of the topics that we talked about as cohorts of mentees were diversity, needs assessments, work-life balance, how the association works, all that kind of stuff. So we've completed that phase. Now we're on to the next phase here. You can see we've been matched. So we are starting the process of getting to know our mentors. We were matched with people who, and I say we because I did go through the experience. So I was a mentee one because I'm, new early career, figuring things out, and just kind of wanted to see what it was like before I stepped into the chair position next year. So I applied and was accepted into the program. So we were matched. This is an example. We were matched with mentors who specifically had expertise in the areas we were looking for mentorship in. This includes general leadership, program development, supervising staff or volunteers, could be scholarly work or presentation and facilitation skills, a lot of different possibilities. And so why should you guys consider joining us next time? Well, we are an extension. We do work in academia. So I've got to show you the impact, right? That's all that we're about. So our pre and post session leadership training survey results so far. Our results are here on the screen, or some of our results, I should say. This is a snapshot of that. These are those who agreed or somewhat agreed. Sorry. those who agreed, somewhat agreed, or strongly agreed with the following statements. With confidence, I can lead across age, gender, and racial and other differences. I am aware of specific actions leaders can take to create an engaging culture. I will pursue a leadership position within NEAFCS, and I'm confident in my leadership abilities that I can my print is really small and I'm struggling apparently. I'm confident in my leadership abilities, and then with confidence, I can overcome challenges and effectively lead change. So those are, the green are pre-surveys and the blue are mid-surveys after this professional development phase. So as you can see, I think we are well on our way to making an impact on mentees. I can attest personally that I felt, as I was surveyed, more confident in my leadership abilities. And you'll notice over here on the right, oh, sorry, 1 second, Gina, thanks. That this quote I just thought was really succinct, but I really enjoyed understanding the deeper workings on NEAFCS. I'm not sure many, at least in our state, understand how NEAFCS actually works. So that just really shows how insightful that particular PD day was for this person to really learn about how our association works from the inside out. Thanks, Gina. Okay. If you are interested in seeing the rest of those results, the poster will be available during annual session. So I highly recommend you check it out. And I'm not going to belabor this too much because I do know that we've talked about it, and I know Michelle is coming up soon about getting involved, but just encourage you to get involved in NEAFCS until the applications for the leadership experience come out in January of 2022. But for now, focus next week on networking, meeting people from across the country, but also those in your own state that you may not have gotten the chance to meet yet. So if you see backgrounds that have your same logo or email addresses that look similar to yours, meet those people. Use the social times that we have to network. It's educational, so you're going to hear great ideas that you can implement locally. Every year I come back with some new program that I'm so excited about. Check out all the showcase of excellence, all the posters that we have. Of course, join a committee. Doesn't have to be our committee, but we would love for it to be our committee. Sorry, my notes keep disappearing on me. Why are you doing this to me? Okay.
Kaylee, we are so glad you are sharing with us.
Okay. All right, there we go. And let's see. Recognition, remember that one of the presenters of a session someday, an award winner, or even the people on stage that are board members are people just like you and I who started out and had their first conference at some point. So we hope you enjoy your first annual session.
Well, to both Kaylee and Gina, thank you for bringing this perspective of member resources, because member resource committee, or that group, has several umbrellas. It actually has 4 different component parts. In a few minutes, you'll learn some more about that from Michelle. And our member and life member group that has worked on this event is a part of this network for member services or member resources. So thank you for that. Now we're going to move to another initiative, which is called the NEAFCS Tenure Promotion and Non-NEAFCS Journal Publication Review Committee. That's a lot of words. But what this is that the member and life member committee this year was asked to work on an initiative that would help each and every one of us in the association for when it comes up time for your program review that you might, or your evaluation, or you're going up for promotion, that you really might need someone else to take a look at your documents before you submit them for the final review with your department head or with your unit. And so 3 members of our working committee, 3 of my colleagues have been working on this, Suzanne and Mona and Gail. And Mona, I believe, is going to bring the presentation forward today about how and what you will be able to gain with their review process. And many of our NEAFCS members will be working on this committee as well as others. And you can be joining this too as you go through NEAFCS. Mona, turn it over
All right,
to you.
well, thank you so much. Well, hello, everyone. I would also like to welcome you to NEAFCS. We are very excited to have you with us today. And I am going to talk about a subcommittee that Gail, Suzanne, and myself serve on. And the subcommittee, as Jackie mentioned, has a long name, Tenure, Promotion, and Non-NEAFCS Journal Publications Reviewer. And this subcommittee invites NEAFCS members to join as a reviewer to review tenure or promotional packets if is applicable to your institutions. Maybe not all institutions have that, but I think most they do. So for example, with University of Maryland Extension, which where I am at, agents, they're on tenure track. So their promotion is their tenure track. So that's why we have the name tenure. But then there are some institutions, if I'm not making mistake, hopefully I think Georgia, I think Jackie can correct me, but I think University of Georgia, they're on promotional track. So that's why we use both names, tenure, promotion, because different institution using different name. So when you're going up for your promotion or your tenure track, you do need somebody external reviewer to review your packets. This is where you can come in, find a list of people's and NEAFCS member who are volunteering their time to review your packet. So that's kind of the first part of this name. And the second part of this name, which it says non-NEAFCS Journal Publications Reviewer. So they are, if you're writing a manuscript, newsletter, fact sheets, things like that, and you do need an external reviewer to review this, NEAFCS members who their names are listed on our website, you can select them to become your reviewers. Just want to clarify one thing because it used to be a little bit confusing in the past. But when we're saying non-NEAFCS journal, meaning the journal of NEAFCS is not included in this because journal of NEAFCS, they have their own committee. So that's not part of this. This will not go under this, reviewers. But so that's how the long name comes. Just to give you a little bit of history, we used to have a very long name, a short name, actually, I think it was like external reviewer, but it was very confusing, especially people were confusing the members between the Journal of NEAFCS and other reviewing tasks. So we kind of separate this and we really spelled out the name. Hopefully it will not cause any confusion, but of course it's long name, but hopefully it's makes more sense now. And so I want to also take you, guide you go through the website. And I will also, if someone will, I don't know if he's there, if he doesn't mind to put the website link into the chat box, but I'm going to click on the, let me show you right here. Do you see the website right now? Are you able to see the website? Okay, great. So this is, as you can see, we still have the old name, so we're going to change that. So right now it says external reviewers, but when you go to the NEAFCS and when you log in with your username and your password, you can get into the external reviewers. And when you come here, do you see here, it says external reviewers right here. This is, it looks like it says updated March 2020. Do you see that? If you can shake your head, so okay, great. So I'm going to click on this, okay? Once I click on this, I may have to share my screen again because sometimes Zoom will not adjust. So give me 1 second. Let me share.
It's coming up. It's
Oh, do
coming
you
up,
see?
Mona.
Oh, you do
Yes.
see it. Okay, excellent. So as you can see, you have a list of people here or NEAFCS member who volunteered their time to be a part of a reviewer. Or a reviewer for the publications and promotion and all that. So their names, contact information, title, their rank, everything, it's going to be right here. What is the area of their expertise? So for example, if you're writing a paper about, for example, nutrition, you may not want to send it, for example, to somebody like Krista, her area is in finance. So I think that's going to be also very important to know what people's area of expertise is. So this list is great, is we have many people, but we're actually in process of updating the list. We're hoping by end of November, we do have an updated list. So when you come back again, hopefully you're going to see a date here says updated November 2021. So we're in process of that. And then lastly is if you are interested in serving as a reviewer and say, oh, I would like to review some, newsletters or fact sheets or, tenure packet. If you feel like, you have the ability and the time to do so, then you actually can come to this link. And if I click on it, it asks you some questions. So then you can go in and enter your name and contact information and all of that, and you can join to become a reviewer. And lastly, if you like to join our subcommittee with Suzanne and Gail and myself, please let us know. Let Will or me or Gail or Suzanne know, and we would love to have you more hands-on on deck, better it is. So, but that's about it. Thank you, Jackie. I'll pass it on to you. And if you have any question, by the way, I can open it for question.
Any questions? And thanks, Mona, for that great presentation.
Of course.
I will also say that those three ladies have been on our membership and life member committee, of which we have about 20 people on our committee. And then we had other duties as assigned. And this was one of those new initiatives to make clarity about the external reviewers to help the individual member, even though that other external reviewer was for the extension journal. So we've clarified that. And so they've worked very hard, the three of them, and of course would welcome you or other colleagues to join them. So unless someone has a question, and I'm not seeing any at this point, unless anyone sees I've missed someone, I'm going to now have the great opportunity to again introduce VP of Member Resources, of which both of those two groups that you just heard from fall under her leadership as Vice President, and that is Ms. Michelle Wright. She is your NEAFCS Member Resource Vice President, and she's going to tell us about really more about NEAFCS and all the great tools that we have. Michelle, it's been a pleasure for all of us to work with you during this year.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jackie. And once again, it is always a pleasure to absolutely be here with you guys today. And thank you for being in attendance for this very, very important meeting. As your NEAFCS VP of Member Resources, please know that you all play an extremely important role in NEAFCS. And I'm excited just to be able to say that. Of course, when I joined NEAFCS, I know for a fact that I joined one of the greatest professional organizations around, just as you did. And I believe that absolutely with all of my heart. And even before I became an officer, I know that being a member of NEAFCS was one of the greatest decisions that I personally ever made as an extension professional. And I know also for a fact that I have gained an incredible amount of wisdom, among other things, from this wonderful organization over the years that I have personally been involved. And I am wishing and hoping the exact same for you. But most importantly, because you have joined this great organization, and I keep saying great organization because that's exactly what it is, you will have a host of benefits made immediately available to each of you. And without a doubt, you will, and I want to say this and mean this, you will get your money's worth by being a member of NEAFCS. The return will truly outweigh the cost of the $100 you invested into NEAFCS. And that's one heck of a return on your investment. One of the beautiful things that you will experience about being a member of NEAFCS is having the ability to participate in most of the things that I will mention to you today. And what many of the others have mentioned to you as well is from the comfort of your very own office. And if you're working at home, you'll be able to do it from home. And can you beat that? Honestly, you cannot beat that. So I want you to know that NEAFCS wants to invest in each one of us, as well as in our careers. And it is truly committed to doing so, even after we retire, okay? So my goal today is to just visit with all of you briefly about some of the fantastic ways that NEAFCS will invest in you and what wonderful things that it does have to offer, which are many of the very reasons why I joined this nationwide network of extension professionals many, many years ago. Most importantly, I'm hoping that each of you may have already had the chance to participate in some of the things that others have mentioned, as well as what I would mention today as a member of NEAFCS. As I mentioned, some of the awesome member benefits, please share in the chat, and we're going to have individuals watching the chat. We'd like to know if you've already taken advantage of some of the member benefits that I may be talking about, okay? So as a member, you have direct, and I mentioned this just a second ago, you have direct access to forums where research-based information is presented, as well as programmatic information on a numerous amount of topics. And I know personally that I find them extremely helpful when I have the chance as an extension professional to just be able to discuss those common extension concerns with some of our peers from around the country. So at this time, if you've participated in a forum in this year, please let us know by putting that information in the chat. Okay, we would appreciate knowing that. Of course, with any of the opportunities that I will mention today, the most important thing to keep in mind is making yourself available. When you absolutely make yourself available to participate in the opportunities such as this and the many others I will share, it will absolutely help you. And what you find and what you will receive from those opportunities you participate in could be just a breath away, because there's a peer across the country who may have the answer you're looking for. So that's why it's really important to do it. Next, NEAFCS is really committed to developing the leader in you. I'll repeat that. It is really committed to developing the leader in you. NEAFCS has played a huge role in helping me to enhance my leadership skills on a variety of levels. And a great deal of this happened due to my participation in committees, as Gina has mentioned, as Jackie has mentioned, as Diane has mentioned. Everyone has mentioned the fact participating in a committee could be very beneficial for you. And one of the things I want to share is the leadership ladder infographic. And Will is going to, if you don't mind, Will, please put that up so they could see that. The leadership ladder infographic was actually created with that thing in mind, just building the leader in you. It was created by the Mentoring and Leadership Committee, and you heard Gina visit with the group a little bit ago. It was her committee that actually developed that infographic for us to be able to utilize. Your journey in NEAFCS starts by just participating on committees, and participating on them will help you grow by leaps and bounds, personally as well as professionally. So you see that graphic online? I will also in a little bit share exactly how you can get to that graphic, and among that graphic, other member resource graphics that we have available. But it will take you step by step so that you can see what exactly you need to do. It clearly lays out the roles for each phase to guide members who might aspire to serve on a committee as a committee chair, or even as a national officer and beyond being that. This document actually can be found on our newly designed NEAFCS website. They put a lot of hard work and effort into that website. And guess what? Who knows? One of you on this very call could absolutely be one of our future NEAFCS presidents. So be sure to please go back and check out that document. So with that being said, I just want to encourage all of you just to consider signing up to participate on a committee. And you heard Gina say, you can participate on more than just one, just as much as your time will allow you to do that. And when you go to that particular tab on the NEAFCS website, you will see that there are many committees that you can choose from. And so at this time, I'm going to ask Will to just share the different types of committees that you can actually be a part of based on your time allotments. So he's going to navigate through the website. And then when we get to that, you'll be able to see the many different committees that you could absolutely participate on. Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, can see your screen. Thank you, Will. All of the committees can actually be found under the Member Resources tab. And all you have to do is just simply scroll down and click on Join a Committee and follow the prompts. Now, this is very important. You sign up for your committees online. That's the only way that you can do it. So just go to the Member Resources tab, simply scroll down and click on Join a Committee and just follow the prompts, and it will take you from the beginning to the end where you can actually sign up and pick and choose which committees you actually want to be a part of. From the Endowment Committee, Public Affairs, there's just a host of them, all the way to the Ceremonies Committee. So as you can see, when you go to that particular tab there are a plethora of membership resources that can be found there as well, from infographics to publications. So sign up on the website and know that you can serve on more than just one. Thank you, Will, so much for that. Also, another one of our important member benefits in our profession, we all write, and I know most of us write, but for those who are extremely passionate about writing, NEAFCS provides members with opportunities to publish research in an online peer-reviewed publication called the Journal of NEAFCS. How many writers do we have on today? If you're passionate about doing that, you definitely want to check into this one as well, okay? Because of all the outstanding work you do, and I'm moving on to another member benefit, the work that we all do in our communities, we have, for a fact, one of the best awards and recognition programs around to help celebrate the outstanding work we all do in extension around this United States. The portal, just to give you a heads up, because that is approaching us, the portal opens officially on December 1st. So we want to encourage all of you to please apply. And I just want to ask a simple question. Do we have any present or past award winners on today? If you have actually presented on, presented an application to be judged for an award, please let us know in the chat, because we want to recognize that today. Any past or present winners, those that will be recognized next week. But do take advantage of it, because we know that you're doing outstanding work in your communities, okay? So let's move on. When you join NEAFCS, just know that you immediately have access to professional development opportunities at the state, regional, and national level. And the free webinars that we have the potential to participate in, do you realize that they're valued at $50 or more? So if you don't take the opportunity to participate in our webinars, you're losing out. So please take the moment to, when you see those notifications come through, please join. And I would like to ask, has anyone ever participated in any of our webinars? And they go on throughout the entire year. So please take the moment. And as I said at the beginning, you got to make yourself available, because those resources are out there for you to be able to take advantage of. NEAFCS has provided us with a lot of different tools, but it's up to us to take advantage of them, okay? As a member, another great thing that we need to keep in mind, do you realize that you get a great deal on the cost of annual session when it's in person? When you are a member, we receive a discount on our annual session registration package. And you cannot beat that, because most times that's not the case for a lot of our professions. So please make sure that you take advantage of that as well. So when you are a member, you do get that cost. Okay. Now let me ask this question. How many of you actually need continuing education credits on a yearly basis. Well, if this is you, this can be earned through participating in our annual sessions and our webinars. Also, at an in-person annual session, you will see the absolute latest products, methods, materials, technological advances just will help you, that will absolutely help you enhance the effectiveness in your programs in your counties and in your states. So there again, that's just another member benefit that you can take advantage of. But you know what? I love the word free. That is one of my favorite 4-letter words. And I'm hoping that you guys love free programming opportunities. And if you do, this is another wonderful thing that you can also get at NEAFCS. And I really love that opportunity. When you are in person, the vendors, there's a plethora of vendors. They look forward for this. And this is another member benefit that you can receive. These are those free programming information tools that we can receive once we go. And I'm hoping one day we will be back in person, but this is another opportunity and another member benefit that you can definitely take advantage of. Okay. And so Will is showing you, is this the ROI, our return on investments? And these are just some of the resources that we have that you guys can go to and look at so that you can see all the wonderful things that are at your fingertips with NEAFCS. There's a lot of wonderful things that are out there for you that you can use. But Diane mentioned this one here earlier, and I have to admit, friendships. I have met so many wonderful people over the years, and that is absolutely invaluable. And I'm sure that that will also be a wonderful value to you as well. It's great knowing that these individuals are just a phone call away, being able to have resources that are across the United States. It's absolutely just wonderful. And just to know that they are there whenever you need them. Please take advantage of the wonderful people that you have the opportunity to network with while you are a member, because I cannot tell you the number of times I've picked up the phone and I've done just that. Okay. That is there for you as a member benefit. Now, another thing that I want to say, and I want to say last, but it's surely not the least, if you're going up for tenure, take advantage of what Mona mentioned to you earlier, the reviewers. That is there for you too. And a lot of people around our United States, around the members that are from one coast to the other, they do have tenure processes in place. And so this is a wonderful asset that you each can use if that is the case, if you're going up for tenure or up for a promotion. Now, Will has shared some of our wonderful infographics with you, but just know that these are all at your, you can use them any way you need to use them, and they can be found on our NEAFCS website. There again, that's found under the Member Resources tab. So as you can see, you have a great deal going for you that's going absolutely your way as a member of NEAFCS. But one thing that we do need is your help. We need your help desperately to spread the word to those that you do know that are not currently members. We would truly appreciate that, because there is a lot to gain by becoming a member. And our goal, and I love to tell this to people because I know it's true, our goal is not just to do enough for our members, but it's absolutely to do more for our members. That's what we want to do. We want to do more for you. It has been a total pleasure. And if you have any questions, I would love to entertain those questions right now. But also you can reach me by emailing me, because that's exactly what I'm here for. So do we have any questions about any of the things? But I can't say it enough. Please go to the Member Resources tab so that you can see all of the different member resources that are available to you. From the forums to annual session, to the infographics, go to the website. I can't say that enough. Please check out the newly designed website, because a lot of effort was put into it. It's all there for you. Any questions?
Michelle, we did have a question from folks asking how long our meeting is. And I did want to let everyone know that we are planning to be finished around 3:30, but we definitely will probably go over a minute or two because we have some door prizes. So does anyone have questions of Michelle? because we don't want to miss or take away. Excuse me for interrupting, Michelle.
No, that's okay, but they can email me if they have any questions, Jackie, so that we can continue to move on. They're more than welcome to email me.
Okay.
And I can
So-
have, put that in the chat as well. I can put my.
Okay,
email.
Michelle's going to put her email there as well. You've heard from so many folks today, and it was an eventful opportunity to hear from so many. But in being respectful of your time, we are going to continue now with door prizes. And we did say from the beginning, you had to be present to win. So anyway, we do want you to have your opportunity, but I have to give you a couple of directions. Our door prizes are a little bit unique this year. We are giving away some gift cards, but the gift cards, they're not large amounts, but they are for you to use with your programming. And what we're going to ask is those folks that do receive or the recipient of that gift card, if you will document how you are going to use those proceeds for your extension programming, write a little paragraph, take a picture. We're going to follow up with the award winners, and then we would like you to respond back to us because we want to celebrate our newer members and those of you participating in the conference for the first time with some PR of your extension work out and about, which of course you can use that documentation in your dossier or in your program of work of being nationally recognized. So with that, we have 4 gift cards, and 2 of our committee members are going to be involved in that. One is charged by Miss Amanda Hardy, and the other person is going to be, oh gosh, I can't remember, Katie Alexander, excuse me, Katie. And Katie and Amanda are both from Kentucky. And Katie, I'm going to turn it over to you to tell what those gift cards are. And we have taken everyone's name and put them in for the drawing. And we will now proceed. Katie?
All right. Thank you, Jackie. We've got, like she said, 4 gift cards. We've got a $10 Dollar Tree, a $15 Dollar Tree, which Dollar Tree has a variety of items you could get for programming and stuff like that. A $25 Walmart card and a $25 gift card for Joann's Fabrics. So I'm gonna just ask some of our committee members maybe to give me a number. I'm gonna start with Jackie. Do you want to give me a number between 1 and 36?
Yes, I'm going to say 32.
32. Okay, and we're starting with the $10 one. So 32 is Christina from Penn State. Is she still on here?
Christina, you still
There
with us?
she is, waving. Okay. You've won the $10 Dollar Tree. If you don't care to put your mailing address where you want the gift card sent to in the chat, that way we can get it and we can get it sent out to you. All right. We'll go to the next one. Is Mona still on?
Yes, Mona?
Yes.
Will you give me a number between 1 and 36, just not number 32?
How about 18?
18. All right. This is for the $15 Dollar Tree gift card. Number 18 is Robin from Illinois. Is she still on? Here, Robin.
Yes.
There. Okay. If you'll do the same thing, put your mailing address where you want the gift card sent to. All right. Okay. And now we will do for the $25 Walmart. I don't know what other committee members we still have on here. Will, do you want to give me a number?
Sure. Let's go with number 8. It's my favorite number.
All right. Number 8 for the $25 Walmart card is Carrie from Utah. Is she still on?
Carrie.
Carrie.
And remember the Walmart, you can use it for groceries or you can use it for supplies. So you have versatility, however you can use it. Is Carrie with us?
I am not seeing
Going
her.
to the next screen. Carrie?
Let's see. Let's give it a chance here. That's what we normally do. We got to move right along. We're going to give it a count of 5. Miss Carrie, if you are still on here, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Oh no, she's not here. Number 8 failed. Shall I pick another number?
Yes, please.
Let's go with 15.
15. That is, let's see. Oh, I'm so afraid I'm going to butcher this name, so I apologize in advance. Bertrill, Bertrille from Virginia. I am so sorry.
Miss Lomax. Miss Lomax.
I apologize, but you got the $25 Walmart. So if you'll do the same thing, put your mailing address in the chat box so we can get that sent to you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. And then our last one is the $25 Joann's Fabrics. And let's see who's still on. Is our president still on? Diane? Do you wanna
Yes.
give me a number?
Diane is with us. That'd
All
be great.
Okay. Waiting for a number to come to me. How about 24?
24. That is Emily from North Carolina. Emily McClure, she's still on?
Yes.
She is.
Yes.
All right. If you'll do the same thing, put your mailing address and we will get all those mailed out to you all.
Congratulations, Emily.
Katie, thanks to you and Amanda for helping that, and then also for the folks that contributed that as well. And this was something that we wanted to do, and we want to highlight your work. So remember, think about how you're going to use it, snap a photo, and we'll send you a email telling you what we need to get back. And then working with Diane and with Susan and the board, we'll have a way that we can showcase your extension work, even though it's just a small amount. We want to start highlighting all that visibility of your great work. So with that, I want to thank all of you for participating and tell you one more announcement. Those of you that are attending this conference for the first time and are with us today, we also have a special little gift that will be coming to you from our member committee. And it is going to be something that will commemorate your participation this year in the 21 virtual conference. We're not going to reveal what it finally is, but it will be something that you may be able to use during the holiday season. So know that you will be hearing back from us. And I want to thank both Amanda and also Katie for helping to lead that charge as a part of our committee. Before we close, I would like to thank the 20 people that have been working with me with the committee this year. We still have yet another meeting to provide to the NEAFCS membership for our retirees and life members. There will be a meeting with that group on the 10th of November. And with that, I want to encourage you to continue your journey through NEAFCS and know that even if you leave the profession, retire, go on to other things, there's still an opportunity to continue to be involved in this wonderful association. With that, I'm going to, before I officially close, ask Diane, President Diane, if she has any closing remarks for our group. And we know we've gone a few minutes over, but we hope that it's been time well spent. Diane?
I just want to thank all of these first-time attendees for joining us today. And I look forward to seeing everyone next week. Please go through the program book and the playbook when it becomes available. Find the concurrent sessions that appeal to you. And one of the great things about the virtual conference is that we will have those available for 6 months after the date. So take advantage of the professional development, take advantage of the networking, and make sure to join a committee. So just thanks to Jackie and Michelle and the rest of the committee for the great work that they do. And just continue your NEAFCS journey.
Thanks, Diane. Have a great afternoon, and thanks, Will, for all of your technical support. See you at the conference next week.